President Bola Tinubu, we are requesting you to remove Nyesom Wike as Minister of FCT. Even if you want to retain him as a minister, appoint him into another ministry and bring somebody else, because he's stepping on so many toes and he's doing that arrogantly and wrongly.
Wike's action of trading words with a uniformed officer demeans the dignity of the office of a minister and undermines the image of disciplined governance, forgetting that the loyalty of an officer is to the state and not to personalities.
My friends, listen closely, because this situation coming out of Abuja is getting more serious by the day. The tension between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and a naval officer has now triggered a major reaction from retired military personnel across Nigeria. And what these veterans are demanding is not small at all. They are calling on President Bola Tinubu to sack or redeploy Wike immediately. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our daily updates. So here's the full story. A group known as the Coalition of Concerned Military Veterans, made up of retired generals and senior officers from the Army, Air Force, and Navy, held a press conference in Kaduna. These are people who spent their entire careers serving Nigeria, defending the country, and upholding military discipline. And at the press conference, they said President Tinubu must act now because they believe Wike's behavior during his confrontation with Naval Officer Yarima was completely unacceptable. Now, if you saw the viral video, you know what they are talking about. The incident happened during a dispute over a piece of land in Abuja. According to reports, the land was being protected by armed military personnel acting on the instruction of a former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Zubairu Gambo, retired. Wike accused the former naval chief of taking the land illegally. That led to a heated confrontation with Officer Yarima, and the video spread everywhere online. But this is where the veterans stepped in. At the Kaduna press conference, they described Wike's behavior in that video as demeaning, unacceptable, and a direct insult to the Nigerian Armed Forces. According to them, when a public official insults or humiliates a uniformed officer, it sends the wrong message and weakens the dignity of the military. Colonel Yusuf Ibrahim, retired, who delivered the main speech, said the moment Wike called the naval officer a fool, the line was crossed. He said it was embarrassing and completely beneath the office of an FCT minister. Another member of the coalition, Dr. Abdullahi, who introduced himself as a deputy veteran commander, said Wike has shown a pattern of hostility toward military officers, and that this is not the first time. Before I continue, if you're still watching, please hit the like button so this video can reach more people who need to know what's going on. Now, here is the part that really shook everyone. The veterans issued a very strong warning to President Tinubu. They said that if he does not remove or redeploy Wike, they will mobilize themselves, retired generals, retired commanders, and retired senior officers, and they will occupy the FCT ministry until action is taken. That is not a small threat. When regular civilians say they will protest, it's one thing. But when retired top-ranking officers with decades of military service say they will storm the ministry, it becomes a national headline instantly. The veterans also took time to commend the Minister of Defense, Badru Abubakar, the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawa, the Chief of Defense Staff, and all the service chiefs. They said these leaders have handled the matter professionally and respectfully. This shows that the veterans are not attacking the entire government. They are specifically addressing what they believe is misconduct from the FCT minister. If you're following the story so far, please drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Do you believe Wike went too far during that confrontation? Or do you think he was simply defending government property? Now, let's look at why this matter has blown up into something so big. In Nigeria, the armed forces command deep respect. When a civilian leader openly confronts a military officer in that manner, especially in public and in front of cameras, it naturally provokes strong reactions. For retired officers who spend their lives enforcing discipline and hierarchy, seeing a uniformed officer being talked down to is extremely painful. And then there's the issue of the land itself. Who owns it? Who gave instructions for it to be guarded by naval personnel? Was the land acquisition legal or illegal? These questions have not yet been fully answered, which is why the situation continues to grow. Wike is known for his bold, confrontational style. He does not hide his emotions, and he does not back down easily. But this particular clash involved the military, and once military veterans enter the conversation, things escalate very quickly. Please subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't done so already. We bring you real-time updates, detailed breakdowns, and all the facts you need to stay informed. Back to the story. The veterans believe this matter is beyond politics. To them, it is about respect, accountability, and maintaining the honor of the Nigerian military. Their message is clear: if Wike does not face consequences, it sets a dangerous precedent. As of now, the presidency has not made an official statement. But you can be sure that also Rock is watching very closely. President Tinubu does not like situations that make his government appear divided or unstable, so all eyes are on what his next move will be. This story is far from over. More reactions are coming in, more groups are speaking up, and more angles are beginning to surface. And as always, we'll be here to keep you updated with every new development. And finally, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking news. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.